Look at this. And then we got this, guys. Check this out.
Jump forward.
So we got the composer for David Ayer Suicide Squad, who was just on what was it, Joe? This one dude right here. No, yeah. Yeah, when it calls it Joe IE, he was just on there, and he asked him about his work on the Suicide Squad when it came to the score, because we all know, even David Ayers talked about it, that the original Suicide Squad wasn't supposed to have so many record drops. You know what they do, I forgot exactly what they call that, but like what does they call it? Needle drops, right? Needle drops when it comes to having a soundtrack that has a bunch of that has a bunch of music. Well, he talked about it right here, so check this out.
Years, I think, to one of the most discussed blockbusters of recent years, Suicide Squad. I was actually listening back to the score, coming up to this chat, and I was like, it's interesting because the film is so heavily on its soundtrack, with the people coming in singing songs over it. So I'm curious, what were your memories of working on that? Because there's the hashtag release the air cut. There's a lot of conversation around so many different cuts of this movie. Were you like, did you score the movie that we saw, or did you score a different movie that has then been recut and has your score in it? Or what's your experiences on it?
Well, I mean, I think the thing I always point to with this is if you listen to the soundtrack record for that, there's an awful lot of music that you won't hear in the film. So I was on the project for a long time and wrote a lot of music to various cuts.
Various cuts.
In the end, that film went the way it went, and there was obviously a change of direction that happened towards the end of it, where a lot of songs came in and various editorial things happened. But yeah, there's a lot of. For me, it was my second project with David Ayer, and I have a tremendous amount of time with him. I'm so proud of the work we did together, and Fury is still one of the scores that I'm really proud of, and that was a very close collaboration with him. So yeah, I kind of I'm very supportive of all things David, and yeah, it was a frustrating and kind of tricky time. Hell of a sort of experience in terms of the Hollywood thing.
The Hollywood
but
thing.
Yeah, I'm very proud of the work, and it was the first time I'd ever recorded in LA. And it was just glorious, you were with these amazing musicians who do this all the time, and it was just, it was a fun time, but kind of frustrating end game.
Frustrating
is
end
there
game.
Another version that you've seen that you're like, oh, I wish audiences had seen that one?
I'd always rather see the version that had all the music in it.
Which is the Ayer cut.
Yeah, I mean, things exist, but who knows in the politics of that
politics
world, what could ever happen? But there was certainly, as you can see from the even the titles on the score album, there was a lot of things that you didn't see.
See? I mean, he talks about a lot of things that you didn't see, man. So there you go. There's a composer right there, Mr. Steve B. Price. Hey, maybe we should try to get him on the Vodka stream or something like that one of these days. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, just kind of talking about the frustrating thing, the various cuts. He said that too. I mean, it just kind of shows you right there, just like what was going on with that movie. And hopefully one of these days we can actually hear his complete score. That got taken away because they wanted to put a fucking needle drop song right there, because they were of course they were trying to make it like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is, exactly what it is, and David Ayers talked about that. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that he got interviewed and he talked about that. So there you go. Release the goddamn Ayer cut, huh?